Giant stone frog. Love it.
Ah, he's got his tongue out like he's catching snowflakes.
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
There used to be all kinds of birds here at Tangle Tower. The most fascinating breeds, all totally unique.
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What happened to the non-ordinary ones?
That is a very good question. Very nice.
You've seen these before?
Yes.
All of them. Even this one of...
Yes. Oh, did Fitz show you that?
Not exactly.
We found it hidden under his bed.
Ah, right. I can't decide what's worse. How she looks here, or how she looks now.
Do you know who this is? In the photo?
Oh, absolutely no idea. That's rather strange now, isn't it?
We found it in your room.
Just lying around, was it?
Nope. You'd hidden it, but we found it.
We do that.
Who's the her in the message? And what's the deal with the petals?
It's really none of your business. I don't know what that is. It's that bird. But these must have been drawn at least a year ago. Oh, how sad. Looks a little simple for Poppy, doesn't it? I thought she was a grade 12 or something.
I didn't know there were that many grades.
I'm sure they invented some new ones just for her. Oh, that's rather sad. If I'm not mistaken, that little red and white one is supposed to be a bird of some kind. Lovely.
There's something about those petals we found in Penny's room. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Yeah, we found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
You wrote, "Now I'll get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower petals.
The petals.
They're from red roses, and there's only one place in Tangle Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses and who they belong to. It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
I can't imagine what you're getting at, but it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Is it really only accessible from those two bedrooms?
For most people, it would be. But don't forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
My dears, what are you accusing me of?
Pointer's telescope was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. Pointer's telescope was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz because they were planning a murder. Nope. One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them. We know those two have been spending time together in the rooftop garden. I'm guessing you got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
I'm just not the jealous type. I would never suspect Fitz of anything like that. Besides, Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
We need a clue to compare with Penny's birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden. Let's take a closer look at these. This yellow feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
I can't stand it! Knowing the two of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me. I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't understand. Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so quiet with me these days, but being with Poppy seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little... I apologize. This really isn't your burden to bear.
I don't know what that is.
Weird, considering we found it hidden in your room.
Well, my room is full of junk. There's probably a bunch of stuff hidden in there. I don't mean like... Please stop talking to me. Why is the glass cracked down one side?
Natural wear and tear, maybe?
No way. Freya took good care of her stuff. It was my mother's originally.
So, why is it up in Flora's room?
She just gets the most use out of it. Freya would borrow it too sometimes. There's something I noticed about Freya's knife wound.
Hit me.
From what we could tell, the blade went in at an exact right angle, perpendicular to Freya's body. And there's only one small pool of blood. Nothing on Freya's hands, or anywhere else. The whole thing is just a little too... peaceful.
So there are 2 families living in Tangle Tower?
Mm-hmm. 3 pointers and 5 fellows. 4 fellows.
What's the connection between them?
There isn't one. Not really. It was all built by the Remington family. Flora's a Remington, originally. So was Primrose, my mother. She married into the Pointers, and Flora married into the Fellows.
So the Fellows and the Pointers own the house now?
Flora owns the house. Depending on who you ask, that means her husband Felix owns it too.
What about your father?
His claim over the house kind of fell apart after my mother left.
Where's your mother now?
No idea. Those petals...
What about them?
It's nothing. They're just unusual.
Do you know where those earmuffs came from?
I put them there.
Why?
I found them lying around. I think they belonged to Fitz. I put them on the statue so he'd see them. I thought they looked like headphones. Like he's in the recording studio with his guitar. No?
If they do belong to Fitz, he hasn't taken them back yet. When did you find them?
This morning.
Where?
I don't know, in a hallway. Can't remember exactly. How sweet. Never seen that one before. Was it in the greenhouse?
No, we found it in Penny's room.
Right. Did you find that in Fifi's room?
No? Should we have?
No, it's just... It looks like something she'd use, don't you think? Is that supposed to be Flora?
Possibly.
Oh. How nice.
This is yours, Fitz?
Yeah,
Do you use it?
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked. Any idea who this is?
No idea. Wait, those are mine, the earmuffs. They went missing about a week ago.
What do you need earmuffs for?
I use them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No, I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's genius.
Those petals, they,
What?
they're red.
Fitz, one of these drawings is of you? In the rooftop garden, I think? With Poppy.
Mm-hmm. Are we done? Looks like someone doesn't want you to read that book.
That's the main thing making me want to read it.
Penelope knows about birds. You should ask her instead.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about something. There's a plant mentioned on this page, see? Do you have any? In the greenhouse?
No, I don't grow that anymore. I've tried, in the past. It's incredibly difficult, even for me. I could never get it to live more than a couple of weeks. Did Freya draw these?
Yeah. There's a note on the back, too.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized. That's quite sweet, really. It's an egg with feet.
It was locked, but we opened it. But it was empty.
Fun story.
A little chart of... Actually, I have no idea what it's about. Kinda reminds me of a periodic table. Kinda reminds me of a periodic table.
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to. Penelope's 3 favorite birds. She's very protective over them.
Are they, like, her pets? Do they have names?
Oh, they have names. Penelope loves to name things.
Do you remember what she named them?
I do not. Freya's best work, in my opinion. Although, the photo doesn't carry the same energy as the real thing.
What do you think it's a painting of?
What do you mean?
Like, what's the subject matter? What's that big red thing?
Oh, I don't think it's that kind of painting. Poppy's piano music. I remember when she started learning. She's improved a lot since then.
Yeah, that's generally how it works.
Right. Of course. That belongs to Poppy.
So why is it up in Flora's tower?
I'm not sure.
You ever seen this before, Fitz?
No, but I don't normally go into Fifi's room.
That's not where we found it.
Oh, I just thought it looks like it belongs to her.
This belongs to you, Hawkshaw?
Correct.
And, what is it?
It's my handheld microscope for up-close investigation work.
What do you magnify with it?
Trace particles, dust, oils, clothing fibers.
Have you used it here at Tangle Tower?
I have. I used it to examine the greenhouse only 2 days ago.
What were you looking for?
That is between myself and my client. These people really are ridiculous, aren't they? Who's that?
Not sure. It doesn't really look like anyone we've met so far.
Strange. Does Flora still own that bird? Do you know?
Don't think so. The drawings are from a few years ago.
I see. A diary. Have you read it?
Not yet. It's locked.
And you haven't attempted to force it open?
That would be cheating.
I find her rather embarrassing. Little more than a spoiled child.
Penny must be at least 25.
27. Just makes it worse. Did you get anything useful out of him?
Not sure. What about you?
Nothing worth committing to paper.
I think he knows more than he lets on.
Probably. But talking with him is so tedious. Considerably intelligent, and her powers of observation are enviable. But she has no ambition. No focus.
In her defense, she's still a teenager.
Barely. I'll say this. He's well suited to physical labor.
That's a nice way to put it.
Fitz spends most of his time alone in the greenhouse. But I heard he's been breeding experimental flowers. In secret.
Whoa, scandal.
I just wonder if he's getting restless. Poppy has remarkable musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy even, if she wanted to.
She'd probably have to leave Tangle Tower first.
quite. The people here are surprisingly materialistic, considering how sheltered they are.
Materialistic?
Growing this fruit simply because it produces a gemstone-like material. For what possible purpose, other than financial gain?
You're speculating.
What would you do, Grimoire, if you could grow valuable stone straight from the earth? Some breed of amphibious humanoid, potentially bipedal, although none of the statues show the creature's feet.
I guess we'll never know.
Is that a clue?
Dunno. It was important enough to be framed, though.
I framed my law degree, doesn't make it a clue.
Same? Yeah?
A book from the library, one of hundreds, no doubt. What makes this one special?
It's about birds.
Yes, I see that. You got it open. I'm impressed. I managed it myself yesterday. I thought Flora might be hiding something in there.
It was empty yesterday, too.
It was. Perhaps it's always been empty.
When did Freya draw the picture of you, Hawkshaw?
I didn't model for her, if that's what you're asking. She must have done it without my permission.
Could just be from memory. It's not quite as detailed as the others, anyway. Who is that in the photo?
I'm quite sure that I have no idea. This belongs to Professor Pointer, does it not?
No, I don't think so.
Who else would own such a pointless little telescope?
It's a telescope.
Oh, yes. It has a telescopic lens. It could only be used for looking at things that are far away. That blade.
It's a troll for gardening.
It is. There is a drawing of me, a drawing of Detective Hawkshaw, and a drawing of Poppy and Fitz. Freya drew these.
Yeah, I think so. There's a note on the back.
But she never showed them to me.
Well, I think it was a gift for your mother, like a private thing between Freya and Flora.
Who is this her to whom the message refers?
Well, I don't know exactly.
Then how can I meaningfully evaluate this object? Next! A book. My book.
And what's in it?
Pages. It is a model of Freya, made by my father.
A model of Flora, you mean?
And a man with a beard. And a little red and white creature.
Why would my father make a model of Freya? The red paint on the brush is not paint. It is blood. Same for the palette.
So Freya added the blood to the painting herself?
Or blood got on the brush and palette some other way?
I do not know.
There's something about Hawkshaw's handheld like something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
This little microscope thing, You said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense if you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention of disclosing that information.
You're such a tease, Hawkshaw. Don't worry, we already worked out what you're searching for.
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Thanks.
So, that's what you were looking for in the greenhouse? This beetle?
Surely even you can understand the logic of it. The greenhouse is home to a great many insects. The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
He is not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse. It's not a microscope at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
The handheld microscope, according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens, so Hawkshaw lied about it. I'm inclined to believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Hawkshaw, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
When you were a child, what did you aspire to become?
A detective? Naturally.
Emperor of the Galaxy?
I wanted to be an astronomer.
Really?
I harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be sure, but a seductive one. At 15, I decided instead to apply my intelligence to the world around me, and so I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but we're way off track. What's the deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood. Little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to consider it something of a planetary alignment. I had hoped he might sign my telescope. An extremely childish indulgence, I admit.
I never would have guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
So, who is your suspect?
Things have become complicated. My lead suspect is your murder victim. Freya Fellow is of great interest to me. I perceived her to be the most intelligent individual here at Tangle Tower. Within a day, she had identified for whom I was working and for what I was searching. I didn't know how she did it. I was impressed. I regret that I did not question her more thoroughly when I had the opportunity.
You couldn't have known she was about to be killed, though.
I have only myself to blame for failing to perceive the signs.
What signs?
I do not wish to do your job for you, Detective.
I believe Freya was attempting to communicate something through this painting.
Any idea what it was?
I am not the person to ask. All I see is a blood-red mountain with angry storm clouds brewing above it. As such, I cannot ascertain any meaning from it whatsoever. That belongs to my mother. I think she must be fond of eggs. There are a number of egg-shaped carvings to be found in the garden and in the Grand Hall.
Yeah, what's the deal with all the eggs?
Some people just like eggs. Why did Poppy leave shards of glass all over this statue?
What makes you think it was Poppy?
The statue lives in the music room. Who else would it be?
What's wrong?
Earmuffs do not go on statues. I am scared of birds.
Why?
It is an irrational fear. I have no suitable explanation.
Oh,
It's an illustrated
and
book.
it's been left open.
Or it was left open
Ever so slightly unnerving?
I like these drawings, Flora.
Is there a reason why you wanted us to see them? Have you seen this book before? Do you know who it belongs to?
I really thought she was going to say something there.
Do you know anything about this beetle? Flora, this is your egg? Why do you keep it locked?
Is there supposed to be something in there? Or is it always empty?
What's this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see. It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
Yes, very nice. Where is that bird of Flora's? It's been a while since I've seen it. What a precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
Who?
Oh, if you don't know, perhaps I don't either. Oh, my. This is the first piece that Primrose ever learnt on the piano. Primrose, that is Poppy's mother. She passed it down to Poppy when she started teaching her how to play.
Poppy's piano teacher was her mother?
Of course. Warms my heart to know that after everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall. A diary can be a wonderful outlet for an outpouring of one's soul.
How do you know it's a diary?
I suppose I don't, but it does look like a diary. These were drawn by Freya. She must have drawn that one of Hawkshaw rather recently.
I guess.
Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you. My Poppy, my pride and joy. Exceptionally talented pianist from a young age. Hold on. Why is she on your list of suspects?
Because she's a suspect.
Oh, no. I can personally vouch for her innocence. She'd never... Well, the truth is, she loved Freya very dearly.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to Poppy's mother?
Primrose? She was Flora's sister, a Remington by birth. The playing field has never really been even since she left.
Where did she go?
Away. She went away. Ah, Penelope, our resident ornithologist.
Penny's your niece, is that right?
At this moment in time, until she marries the gardener.
She'll still be your niece.
But she'll depart from the world of the Pointers and join the Fellows. Like rats deserting a sinking ship. He should learn to make the most of his lot in life. And he does have a lot in life.
You're talking about money?
Among other things, but yes, he currently has agency over a small fortune. That is, if he hasn't already squandered it or lost it.
You two don't get on?
Oh no, we're the best of friends. I don't especially want to talk about myself. Introspection often leads to vanity.
Wait, does it?
Why don't we discuss the moons of Jupiter instead?
I'm not sure if we have time. Aren't there like 10 of them?
83.
Yeah, we don't have time.
Ah, yes, the heiress of Tangle Tower. Goodness knows what'll happen when she takes charge. I dare say she'll confiscate my telescope and replace it with a microscope.
She doesn't seem to be the type to impress her will on others.
Still, keep an eye on her. Dangerously intelligent, that one.
You sound jealous. Wait, are you two science rivals?
Oh no, we operate on very different wavelengths. Literally. What do you want me to say? He's the gardener.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah, but not the Pointer family.
What happened to his parents, do you know?
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother. Strange man. Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about his mother?
Emily? I've not met her. She never actually married into the Fellow family. Her relationship with Flint was, it was short-lived. Fitz seems rather keen to grow things like this in his greenhouse, doesn't he?
What's wrong with that?
Well, you can't eat it. Makes you wonder why he bothers at all. What kind of flower is that?
We're not sure. I think it might be the only one of its kind.
Primrose would know. My wife was a floriculturalist. Best in the field. That's a flower joke, but she was.
Interesting. We found these up in the rooftop garden. Do you know how long they've been there?
No, could have been a long time. We don't ever really clear up the rooftop garden.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone.
It's the little boat we used the only way.
What a comforting thought. It's a garden, I think. It's
We could walk closer to it.
ready when you are.
It's a rose bush. Growing apart from a couple of loose petals on one side, the whole thing looks very well cared for.
The roses are bright red, too.
Now, aren't roses normally that color?
Exactly.
A little pond.
It looks really, really deep for some reason. See those metal bars around the edges, too?
Oh, yeah. What are you supposed to for?
Nothing anymore. Looks like somebody broke them and then never bothered to fix it.
It's the door into Fitz's room.
One of only 2 ways to get into the garden.
Oh, yeah. The door into Poppy's room.
So only Poppy and Fitz can get into the garden?
Huh. I guess so. Ah, a little water feature.
It's making me sleepy.
Wonder how it's hooked up.
Giant stone frog?
Ah, he's got his tongue out.
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
Stone pillars. Or what's left of them. What is
I
that?
think it's a family tree.
It's a big glass
There are
tube.
weeds in there.
It's an aquarium?
Could be. Anymore.
A big...
Of course. Who doesn't hang a giant banner of their
wooden carving of my father, made by my father. Although, now that I look at it, I do not understand how he was able to paint the red parts without any red paint. What a mess. Penelope should tidy up after herself.
These weren't dropped by Penny. They were dropped by birds, I think.
My argument stands. It is a flower. It reminds me of something, but I cannot say what.
Fifi's got something.
What is all this?
I think that's supposed to be Felix.
It's Detective Hawkshaw. It's Poppy. That's actually looks like Fitz.
Is that supposed to be me? Why do I look so angry?
That's just the face you make when you're thinking. Does make you wonder, though. When did Fifi draw all this?
That's you, Sally.
What? I do not look like that. Do I?
Is Fifi trying to solve the mystery with math equations?
Maybe. Did you ever try that? Maybe it works.
Did you notice who isn't on here?
Freya?
Mm-hmm. And Fifi herself. Drawings.
What's that one on?
Looks like one of them's holding a red rose. It's a little glass
I
box.
think it's a
Come
Vivari.
again?
See the leaves and twigs in there? Might have been for keeping insects.
Just little trinkets.
Let's leave them alone.
喂，我只是要开个麦，然后我真的找不到另外2个物件在哪。天啊！然后顺便试一下，这样讲话会不会有 echo？ 对，就希望不要再有 echo 了。对。好。再来找一下，我开个麦呐喊一下。OK。好，我现在再试一下下，大概再试个10分钟吧。再找不到就今天就先告一段落。但是有先找到几个谜题了，就是只是询问应该是破解心防。但也才破了2个人，然后我现在想看一下天文塔是吗？但我不知道天文塔现在有什么好收了。
Well, now, that is most definitely none of my business. Quite possibly none of yours either. Oh, you found a murder weapon?
Steady on. It's just a gardening trowel.
Looks like a weapon to me. That's a very old book, isn't it? Looks like someone could have taken better care of it.
I like the look of a well-read book, better than one that's never been opened.
Ah, well put. Curious little thing, isn't it? Do you know what she keeps in there?
Nothing. At the moment. It was empty when we opened it.
How bizarre.
Can't a woman keep an empty egg in her room?
So which one is Tangle Tower?
What's that?
There are 2 towers, right? Flora's tower and your astronomy tower.
Neither? Truly, I have no idea.
You
have to ask Flora.
She named the house?
The whole thing is a result of her squabbling with her family.
With Felix, you mean? Her husband?
No, her brother and sister, and her father. The Remington family was a rather tumultuous little unit, you see. I don't think Flora has spoken with any of them in over a decade.
太难了，我几乎都问过一遍，到底还有哪里？
This looks a little rushed, even by Felix's standards.
At least he tried.
Yes, I suppose it's good for the old fellow to have a hobby. Keeps his mind from decaying, you know. I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears?
Whenever I've seen him, yes. I think you may wish to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a clue. That's rather a small cage for 3 birds, isn't it? But then, aren't we all trapped in a cage? Freya was well acquainted with the abstract, I'll say that much.
What does it look like to you?
To me, it's a big, red thing.
What a fascinating interpretation.
He's right, though. It is a big red thing.
好，还有什么东西可以找？
This is supposed to be Felix, is it?
I think so.
I see he's afforded himself considerable artistic license. Hard to read, that one. But
Hard to read.
you know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you.
天文塔到底我该学什么？搜查天文塔，我现在就在这啊。
Trinkets.
They're clearly gizmos.
It's too
It's
cloudy.
also daytime,
A picture frame.
with no picture.
It's tidier than mine, and the notebook is untouched.
So, even the most well-used notebook started blank.
这个我已经破
We
过了啊。
already solved it.
哇，
There's something kinda... I just expected a bit more from an astronomy tower.
Oh, does it not compare to all the other astronomy towers?
我现在到底要去哪？我现在有办法破这个
Sure
吗？
about
Should we take another look?
还是无法？
Let's come back later.
还是无法哎、
It's a stone carving.
I think it's supposed to look like that. It's an egg.
到底还缺了什么？我到底还缺了什么？就
Do you think he'll start to move if we...
No, I think he'll just find. There's a heart engraved in the tree. I didn't know people actually did that.
PPFF.
Little bird feeders.
How do you know they're for birds? Oh,
What?
oh, there's an O on the floor.
Oh yeah, Tangle Tour.
Tour.
我到底还欠缺了什么？弗瑞亚的房间，弗瑞亚房间。弗瑞亚不是也看过？
It's a little wooden box for paintbrushes.
To the casual observer, maybe.
哎，下回
They're not real paintbrushes. Looks like they're part of some kind of lock mechanism.
将画笔调整正确顺序，整理纸张来寻找线索。哎，好像可以哦。好像可以哦。这个是放哪里？这放哪？这个放哪？这里。好，这是什么意思？1、2、3、4、5、6。橘色，绿色， 看不懂。橘色、绿色、粉红色，哪里有粉红色？
Nothing.
Did you find a hint on those scraps of paper? It looks like a ripped up jigsaw puzzle.
That was incorrect.
Each brush has various characteristics.
高
Height,
度、
bristle
刷
shape,
毛
paint
形
color,
状、
handle
品
color.
料颜色、笔杆颜色、笔杆颜色。
The information we need is on the paper. Once it's been rearranged, I mean.
我觉得我一直被抢。笔杆色。1、2、3、4，1、2。橘色，我不懂，啊，都拼好了就看不懂。哦，是这样吗？看不懂。3，笔杆颜色是橘色，颜料是绿色，刷头，最高，这样吗？
Still locked.
So, the paper jigsaw puzzle shows the position of various characteristics of the brushes. There's a couple of brushes with each characteristic, but only one perfect solution.
每种特点都有2支画笔共享。什么意思？每种特点都有2个画笔共享。颜色吗？
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each characteristic.
每种画笔都有2个特点，什么意思？左边拼图已经拼好，如果是高度的话，就是最矮跟最高，这2个是最矮。照高度分这样，第2个绿色跟蓝色，笔杆 哦，1、2、3、4、5、6，1、2、3、4、5、6，好。这个是1、2、3、4，第4个是蓝色。那个它是最矮的耶。绿色。
There we go.
哦，
Perfect. What was in the box?
Just a photograph. Most of a photograph.
诶，他是谁？
There's something about that pink cassette tape. Something suspicious.
Let's ask Poppy about it.
我感觉有点爱恨情仇。
I need to confirm something with you, Poppy.
Confirm away.
What can you tell us about this cassette tape? Is it yours?
It belongs to Freya. She liked to have music playing while she was painting, you know.
And do you know what kind of music is on this tape?
No idea. Acid jazz?
It's piano music. Sounds an awful lot like your music, to be honest.
Sure it doesn't belong to you?
Why are we even talking about this? Cassette tapes have been redundant for a good few years now.
The tape was found at the crime scene. It was in the gramophone.
It's not mine. I'd never own anything like that.
Why not?
Not my color.
You used to like these colors.
Ridiculous.
We need a clue to compare with the cassette tape. Something that proves Poppy used to like these
天哪，好
colors.
紧张哦！应该就你吧，这应该是
Let's
你
take a
吧？
closer look at this.
我忘记了，发现在哪？花园吧。红灯，红灯。
The pink cassette tape found in the garden matches the blonde girl used by Poppy in this old photo. No,
No，
the pink cassette tape is an older version of the blonde girl used by Poppy in this old photo. That's not right.
越来越远。啊，不是经常有。哦，这个。
The pink cassette tape found in the garden matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo. Almost. Maybe just... The pink cassette tape was replaced by the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo. Almost. Maybe just...
Almost，我已经忘记是在哪里找到的。
The pink cassette
Oh,
tape
不对。
is much larger than the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo. Almost. Maybe just...
犯罪现场了
The。pink cassette tape found at the crime scene matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo.
That is not me.
Yeah, it is. I'll prove it.
Yeah!
You look a little different, but Fifi and Freya are pretty recognizable. It's clearly a photo of you with your two best friends. Why'd you tear it up? And then hide it?
I think the answer is pretty straightforward.
已经是凶手了吗？等一下，我不知道谁是凶手。用照片证明他是凶手，会不会有点太快？好，先猜下凶
The
手。
photo proves Poppy is the murderer.
You sure about that?
Not entirely. I think the answer is pretty straightforward.
很恨吗？
Poppy hates Fifi and Freya now.
You sure about that?
Not entirely. I think the answer is pretty
还好没有
straightforward.
扣血。
Poppy doesn't want to look like that anymore.
That's it. Makes this whole thing seem kind of irrelevant.
Maybe. It depends on the reason.
The reason she doesn't want to look like that anymore?
The passage of time is a powerful thing.
Hold on. This means that pink cassette tape does belong to you, Poppy.
It used to. I recorded some piano music onto it and gave it to Freya as a gift. Years ago.
Freya could have easily been listening to this tape at the exact moment she was killed. There's gotta be a connection between the tape, the gramophone, and the murder.
不会就怕被
There's
杀
one
的
other
吧？
thing I want to know. How did it get that crack down the middle?
I have no idea.
I need to confirm something with you, Poppy.
Confirm away.
What can you tell us about
It belongs
Like,
to
do you know
no
what
idea.
acid
its piano? Sounds an awful.
Sure it doesn't belong to you?
Why are we even talking? Cassette tapes have been
The
redundant.
tape was found at the crime scene.
It's not mine.
Why not?
Not my.
哦，所以还会再玩一次。又要查天文塔，天文塔到底有什么好查？我不知道到底还是几。
Poppy's two closest friends. Freya looks so innocent there.
所以要到底发生什么事？我好像还少一个。好吧，
Curious creature, isn't it? Some sort of amphibious bipedal
Playing
fish.
a trumpet.
Playing a trumpet, yes.
到底还少一些。天文塔到底还有什么？这个到底什么时候才可以解？
I'm still not
Should we take another look?
还是无法到底什么怪东西？
Let's come back later.
好吧，今天就先这样吧。还剩下2个人，哎，3个人，到底还欠缺了什么？好，今天就先这样啦，谢谢。我要看一下我成就，我成就要连 Steam。今天就先这样啦。